Good afternoon. This is Pat Walker at MissionWinners.com. And one of the things I love to do is teach. And a good part of teaching is also, naturally educating, but answering questions. And so this is for Jeremy. Jeremy had a good question. He, in fact, had a couple of questions. Pointed out, and again, this is for Jeremy, but this is for everybody. You mentioned the potential to either double or triple the account in the course of a year. I wanted to know if these triggers are based off about 20 to 25% account equity per trade that you have mentioned. And the answer is yes. I find that if you get basically 5, 6 positions, maybe 7, it gets too hard to monitor them. So maximum 5, 6, 7 positions. Now, some of you may have more. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but for me, I found that it just gets too hard. So I stick with that, and it seems to work. And the way I do it is, when it hits the pivot, I buy half my position. After it's gone up 5, 7, 10% in price, I'll add, again, I started with 50%, I add another 30% as it goes up, and if it continues going up, I add another 20%. If it doesn't go up, I only have a half position, so I never have a major problem. Do I use margin? Yes, I do. Let's suppose you had a $20,000, $25,000 account. Yes, I would use margin, but I cannot stress this enough. I would only use margin after you have experienced some success. If you haven't experienced some success, please don't go on margin, folks. It'll wreck you. It'll wreck your account. It's too emotional. It's better to trade smaller and get it under the ground, get it ground out first before you start tackling that. Somebody said, well, how many trades do you do a year? Man, that's a tough question, and it's difficult, and I'm not trying to be evasive. Right now, the market's strong, so we're more active, all right? There will be times that we don't do anything. You can say, are you kidding me? No, if the market's kind of flat, crunchy, I just kind of pull in the horns and wait. That's the best part, is you have to sit tight and wait. So how many trades, addressing this, could you potential double or triple your account in the course of a year? Yes. In the 90s and even in the 2000s, we were doubling and tripling our account almost every year. And just doing what we're doing here. In fact, I'll tell you this, I'm far more stringent now than I was then. So that's to your benefit, to tell you the truth. I am super careful about what I put on the key list, and I'll tell you why. I never want to hurt anybody. I'm not kidding. That's why you don't see individual biotechnology stocks. So let's see here. What else we got here? For Jeremy, you mentioned the potential. Also, here a number of trades. Number of trades over the course of a year. Oh boy, that's tough. It can go in waves where it's really active, like right now, and maybe in March, we're not doing anything. We're not doing a thing. So I'd have to say, you might be doing, and you should be really selective. Do the clean and simple basis. You might be doing five trades a month, and that's when you're more active. And then when things get slower, you may not do anything. So if I had to average it, and that's really tough to do. Let's suppose you did 5 trades. Let's suppose you did 6 trades a month. Well, if you did it every month, that's 72. Well, that ain't going to happen. So maybe you're doing 30, 34, 35, 40 trades in a year, maybe 50, maybe up to 50 if things are really rocking and rolling. But that's, again, periods where you're more active, and then other periods where you're not doing anything. So on average, maybe it comes out to be that. But averages, I used to teach statistics on a university level, and I got to tell you this. Statistics, numbers can be massaged in ways that are very dangerous. And I'll give you one. A man drowned in a pool of water 30 feet wide with an average depth of 5 inches. And you can say, well, how the heck can you drown in something that's 5 inches deep? 30 feet wide with an average depth of 5 inches. For 28 feet, it's 1/4 of an inch deep. Do the math, and that's where you drown. So I'm very, very careful with numbers. So yes, can it be done? Yes. Has it been done? Yes. Will it be done? Yes. The last moral of the story is this. 2, limit losses. And I think the most important point, always focus on the super clean basis. It will increase your odds. Look for stocks like FANG, things like this. First Solar, look for clean and simple. And that's what I try to key on the key list. Jeremy, I hope that answers your question, all right? There was several questions in there, but I hope it really works for you. Yes, would I put, and the last thing, 20 to 25% of your account in one stock? Yeah, but please, folks, don't put all your money in one stock. It can be great, but it could also be brutal, and I don't want to do that. This is not a sprint. This is a long, long marathon for us. So I thank you very much, and I appreciate it.